Welcome back to News Geelong. Preservation and revegetation of our coastline and its sand dunes is an important factor being addressed by the Great Ocean Road Coastal Committee. Debbie Meaney reports.
The Great Ocean Road Coast Committee is trying to let people know that dune running is not such a great idea. I spoke with Mike Bodsworth from the Great Ocean Road Coast Committee to tell us why.
Yeah, Debbie, we've basically seen a real surge in people undertaking dune running as a form of physical exercise, basically an interval training exercise. And it's something that's been around for decades, but I think with a bit of a fitness craze lately, and maybe it's come back into fashion, and people are running up and down the dunes, and they prefer the steeper dunes, which are very fragile. And basically we're seeing quite a few sites now where we've got a lot of vegetation damage, native vegetation, and also dune erosion, which is leading to some ongoing problems when the wind gets into it. So it's just something that we're trying to raise public awareness of, and raise awareness of the fact that it's also actually prohibited under Surf Coast Shire local laws to run up and down in the dunes. So just trying to get that message out there and protect the natural environment.
And how can people put their hand up to volunteer?
Well, they can contact us at the Great Ocean Road Coast Committee, and the easiest way to find us is probably via the web or the phone book. But there's a number of other organisations. Almost every coastal town has a sort of a resident volunteer group. In this case, we're at Jan Juc, and it's Jan Juc Coast Action Group. Torquay has a couple of volunteer groups, likewise Anglesea, Aries Inlet, Lawn, and I know that our colleagues over at Barwon Heads and elsewhere on the Bellarine Peninsula have the same problem, and also have a lot of volunteer groups helping them solve it.
On the Surf Coast, this is Debbie Meaney for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. The National Sea Change Task Force has been established as a national body to represent the interest of coastal communities and councils experiencing the effect of rapid growth and developments. Ian Nichols reports.
This is the Sands Resort at Torquay. It's been the scene of a 3-day conference. It's been called the Australian National Council's Coastal Conference, in which a number of interesting topics have come up. Certainly very topical when we talk about climate change. And our delegate here from the Surf Coast Shire is Councillor Libby Mears.
Oh, we're very pleased to have delegates from all around Australia come to Torquay and this region to really start talking about some of the issues that are impacting on our coastal communities.
Well, I understand there's some 50 council regions represented here, is that correct?
That's correct. We've got around 50 council areas, and around 280 people have been here over the last 3 days. We had a wonderful community breakfast where we invited 70 community members from the Surf Coast and Geelong region to come and share with us an early morning but a great discussion around the issues facing coastal communities.
Now, have you found that they all have something in common, the same fears for the future or whatever the case may be?
I think what we all share is an absolute love of living in the coastal environment. That's something that joins us all together. And some of us have more challenges than others. Many of us are facing rapid population growth. Some of us are facing population decline in coastal areas. But certainly we're all facing the challenges of climate change and the impacts that that will have on our coastal and marine environments.
Now, has that been the main focus of the conference, or is it far more wide-ranging than that?
We've really focused on population, where people are going to live now and where they're going to live in the future, and what that population looks like. Are they older adults? Are they baby boomers? Are they young families? And what that means for councils having to provide services. We've also focused on climate change and planning for the future. What do our communities look like in the future when we have to manage some of the risks around sea level rise, storm surge, flooding and inundation that we've certainly seen up in the Queensland areas?
Well, living down south here, perhaps not quite the same situation, but nevertheless needs to be discussed at a conference such as this.
Well, certainly in this region we do have some of the impacts around population growth and how we manage population growth so we can all enjoy our coastal environments without damaging them. And so I think that that's something that we do have to consider carefully, and particularly here in Torquay, where we are balancing, a great desire to live in this environment, and certainly around the Bellarine Peninsula as well. We also do have to understand that the level of flooding and inundation may change over time, and that may mean we have to very carefully consider where development is put into the future.
At the Council's Coastal Conference in Torquay, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Nico. The Reentry Program to assist mothers in the transition between newborns through employment or community work has been successfully implemented on the Surf Coast Shire, as Debbie Meaney reports.
A re-entry program transitioning mums back to work is being organised by Margaret Fuchs. I spoke with her outside the Anglesea District and Community House where it's being held.
Sure, the Reentry Program is designed specially for women who reach a point in their life where they're saying, what next for me? And it's to help support them through that re-entry or that transition into the workforce or in training or community work.
So it must have a wide scope of things that you cover during the course?
I try and tailor the course to the needs of the group. So we start by asking the group, what do you need? What are you hoping to achieve out of the program? We do a lot of visioning, goal setting, look at employment issues, so interview techniques, writing resumes and letter applications.
You're holding the next course here at Anglesea District Community House. Tell me about when that's happening.
Yeah, the next course, it's really exciting. The next course is due to start on the 11th of May on a Wednesday evening, and it runs for 8 weeks. And we've been really lucky because Whole Women have helped fund the program, so to cut costs right down for participants.
And how can people find out about this course and signing up for it?
If people contact the Anglesea Community House directly, they can book in. Anyone who is a mum who feels ready to re-enter the workforce is eligible to apply. Yeah.
Excellent. And you've also held this in Torquay and had some great success there.
Absolutely. It was fantastic. We had a group of 9 gorgeous women who were all very, very, very experienced and qualified, but perhaps looking at entering a different career or starting something new. One particular lady had been out of work for 12 years, and we went through the process together, helped her with her job application and interview techniques, and she's now working part-time but currently applied for a full-time position. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Great success and great program. So thank you, Margaret.
You're welcome.
Thank you. In Anglesea, this is Debbie Meaney for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. This is News Geelong as we go to a break and return with our sport and weather reports after this.